All right, UFC 309 just took place at Madison Square Garden. John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. And overall, this card was pretty dog shit, but I'm going to go through my breakdown. It was mainly the main card. But other than that, it was kind of bad. It was truly trying to shit. But I did pretty much go flawless on this card, I'm not going to lie. I think I got one fight wrong, and one fight was robbed from me, we'll say, and we'll get into why. But overall, I did really, really well this card. I literally only got one fight wrong. I even got the methods pretty close. So if you want to follow me for that, hey, just saying. Just saying. Hey, new MMA YouTuber on the block. MMA guru. Watch yourself. I'm coming. But with that being said, let's get into the breakdown of the card. So, Veronica Hardy versus Eduardo Mora. Don't know. I don't really know if it was a fair decision. I don't really care. I thought it was a boring fight. Women's MMA is boring. I don't take women's MMA fights seriously, so that's one thing you'll notice on my channel. Moving on, I literally don't care. I think I picked Mora. I could be wrong. Maybe I picked Hardy. I don't know. I literally coin flip women's MMA fights. I don't care. Moving on, Basil Hafez versus Oban Elliott. I picked Oban Elliott. I did not pick him by KO. I will say that. I did not think he was going to get a KO in round 3. Very impressive stuff from Oban Elliott. I might do a video on this, but a lot of people are freaking out over these old gloves. They kind of didn't really do much other than the prelims here. So I might make a video on why I think the old gloves don't even matter anymore. But regardless of that fact, Basil Hafez does kind of suck, and Oban Elliott is kind of good. This fight, he definitely showed improvement on the feet. He was definitely landing a lot cleaner than he was last fight. He definitely looked a lot better than last fight. Because, you know, I thought his last fight was a little rocky at times. This one, it just seemed like he was switched on the whole fight. And I like to see that from a fighter. He does kind of get stuck in rhythms, but overall, Oban Elliott's still pretty good. A lot of people are on Hafez. Just saying. Hey, another reason to follow me. Just quick disclaimer, I don't gamble on fights. I don't bet on fights. Don't use my videos for betting advice. I make pure picks based on passion for the sport because I love UFC and I'm obsessed with watching the sport. Moving on, we have Ramiz Brahimaj versus Mickey Gall. I picked Ramiz. A lot of people are on Mickey Gall. I know there was some people on Ramiz because Mickey Gall is Mickey Gall. At the end of the day, Ramiz lost to Themba Gorimbo. That's not a bad loss. Mickey Gall lost to Basil Hafez by getting laid on. That's a bad loss. You know, and I can see why some people are thinking the gloves might make a difference here because Ramiz literally just knocked the fuck out of Mickey Gall. Just turns out Mickey Gall doesn't have a great chin. There was a few moments early in the round where he kind of got hit by a jab and it kind of looked like he froze up. And from that point on, it was just like, yeah, Mickey Gall's gonna die. Mickey Gall's now 7-7. I think you just cut him from the UFC. No reason to have him around. Boring anyway. Does have a good looking face though, I'm not gonna lie. But Ramiz gets it done by KO, as my prediction. I didn't predict KO. I just thought he was going to probably be able to live Mickey Gall. And he did, pretty much. But yeah, moving on to prelims, we got a lot of canceled fights, unfortunately. Marcin Tybura versus Janata Deniz. I picked Marcin Tybura. I know a lot of people are on Deniz. I know a lot of people wanted Deniz by KO. And I know going into this fight, it is like the aura of the old gloves. Completely understand that. But this is what Marcin Tybura does, bro. He'll eat a shot, and he normally eats it well-ish, and then he takes your ass down, and then he lays on you. And what does Janata Deniz do bad? The moment someone gets a takedown, his fat ass ain't getting up, is what we learned. But yeah, Marcin Tybura didn't really look that dominant, didn't really look that great. This was a doctor stoppage TKO situation. Is what it is, whatever you want to call it. Janata Deniz still is not dog shit as far as heavyweights go, but it is just like, he's not ranked level yet, you know? Give him some time. I think he's still young too. So he got time to learn. You know, he's just got to work on wrestling defense, and I think he'll go far. But yeah, Marcin Tybura, he just does this shit, bro. He just does this shit. I picked him by 30-27, lay-on decision, and turns out he's even better than I thought. How good is Tom Aspinall? Oh, we're gonna find out in the main event. But anyways, Marcin Tybura gets it done. Nice KO. For people who are like, well, there's another KO because of the gloves. Duh. A dumb fuck. It was because of elbows that cut his eye. Just saying. You know, because I know there will be those people. Anyways, moving on. We have David Onama versus Roberto Romero. What I will say, I didn't pick this fight, technically, because this fight was supposed to be Onama-Lucas, I think. And that fight got canceled, and Roberto Romero stepped up on short notice, I believe. But regardless, I would have picked David Onama. Kind of obvious. David Onama was minus 1,200. I don't look at odds in the fights or whatever, but I probably would have picked... I normally pick, like, the guy who's in the UFC and not the guy who's out of buttfuck Idaho. Making a debut, making a short notice turnaround sort of situation. That being said, Roberto Romero did have a good fight. Honestly, round one, really close. He just kind of lost it after that. He just slowed down a little too much, and David Onama took care of it. But David Onama was getting cracked early, you know? So I think we got to give Roberto Romero some respect here. You know, this might be a no, it's not Felipe dos Santos. What's that other one? Is it Felipe dos Santos? The guy who, like, went to a war with Manel Cap? You know? So I think Romero is actually going to be good. His record's just going to be ugly. I think it's going to be one of those. But yeah. Unfortunately, for Romero, David Onama's just better skillfully and genetically. You know? He's just got the reach. Everything going on. But he was getting rocked in that fight. It was close at some moments. You know? Good fight for David Onama. Happy for David Onama. W win. W David. Moving on. I picked David. Moving on. So far, flawless on the picks. I haven't lost one. Moving on. Jim Miller, Damon Jackson. When I tell you guys, I haven't seen a single person pick Jim Miller. Everyone's picking Damon Jackson. All I'm saying, I picked Jim Miller. And you know what I said in my breakdown? You can go back and watch my video. I said he was the better striker. And he's got good enough grappling to keep it competitive with Damon Jackson. You can go back and watch my video. I know he's 41, but he's still the elite of the elite when it comes to fucking beating Father Time, you know? Go back and watch, was it Gabriel dos Santos? Gabriel Benitez. Go watch that fight, man. Gabriel Benitez, yes, he's a bum. He was fighting good that fight, and Jim Miller was doing some high-level grappling in that fight. You know, he's always been a really good high-level grappler. People forget, man. You know, just saying. I do think Jim Miller deserved this win. I'm happy he got the win. Nice little, I think it was a guillotine when Damon Jackson was shooting for an ugly takedown. Again, Damon Jackson, he's from featherweight. This is lightweight. Jim Miller was the bigger dude in there, muscle-wise, at 41. Damon Jackson is 36. He's not young, guys. Like, he's chinny. His last win was Alex Hernandez. Jim Miller's last win was fucking Gabriel Benitez, but he made it competitive with fucking Bobby Green. Bobby Green's still a good striker, you know? Bobby Green just struggles with people who got, like, elite level, like, ranked lightweight level jiu-jitsu. Jim Miller might not be that level, you know? Damon Jackson's not ranked lightweight level jiu-jitsu. He's not beating Paddy Pimblett, you know? He's not beating Renato Moicano, you know? Jim Miller probably could make it competitive with Paddy Pimblett or Renato Moicano. But Jim Miller is just, he's just him, you know? Happy he got the win. I think he holds the longest win streak now. Or not win streak, sorry. Most wins in the UFC. W Jim Miller. We love the old reps, you know? Also Ginger. Got a ginger beard. Hey, just saying. Ginger's on top. Just saying. Anyways. Moving on to the one fight I got wrong. Marcus McGee versus Jonathan Martinez. I'm pissed off at this fight. I got it wrong. And I know it's, haha, who would pick against Marcus McGee? He's 34. 9 wins by knockout. I get it, right? But Jonathan Martinez, this felt like Jonathan Martinez had his brain turned off in round 1 and 2, and then it turned on in round 3. He had 11 leg kicks, and I swear to God, it looked like he broke Marcus McGee's leg. Marcus McGee had over 30 leg kicks. Jonathan Martinez didn't win set a single one of them. Jonathan Martinez is still the best leg kicker in the UFC. Not UFC. In bantamweight division. He's still the best leg kicker there, for sure. But he might just be a leg kick merchant, to be honest. He doesn't really know how to get close when someone's got, like, a reach on him. You know? I think their reach was either the same or Marcus McGee had, like, a slight advantage. But it's just, like, Martinez wasn't responding. McGee would land, like, a jab, a nice 1-2, back out. He looks really good for a 34-year-old. Actually, really good for a 34-year-old. Took shots very well as well. You know? And then Marcus McGee, leg kick. You know? Leg kick. You know? Leg kick. And then all of a sudden, Jonathan Martinez is like, oh, now I leg kick. Brother, you should have been doing that every single time. You know? He just wasn't quick. He wasn't reacting properly, you know? It literally felt like the Jose Aldo fight. It's like, bro, do something. What are you waiting for? You know? So maybe it's not Jose Aldo's aura that got to Jonathan Martinez. I think it just might be Jonathan Martinez. It just might be a leg kick merchant. And if he can't finish you by leg kick, he's not going to win. You know, that's kind of what it seems like. Unfortunate for Martinez, because now he's probably going to be unranked. Is what it is. Got the pick wrong. Marcus McGee looked good. Looks very, very good for an old man. But yeah, those were the prelims. I thought the prelims were pretty good. Now we get into some disappointments. Very big disappointments. All right, moving on. We have Mauricio Hafi. This guy is Shao Kahn. This guy is Liu Kang. This guy is fucking Scorpion. He is whoever Mortal Kombat character you want to idolize. He is him. I swear to God, I thought the way he was walking to the cage, you know, he has the McGregor air around him. The moment he steps in, it literally feels like with every strike, he's about to tear off his opponent's head fucking straight from the shoulders. He's about to do that. Boom! And his fucking head just goes flying in the other direction. Takes shots very well. He's really good at dodging. What I will say, there's a fair argument Lon Top could have won this fight. Now, I know some people gave a 10-8 in round 2. Let's chill out, okay? But Ruffy did kind of get outstruck in round 1, and Lon Top didn't really get rocked or wobbled. Now, Lon Top was getting hit by the harder strikes, so it'd be a significant versus regular strike number sort of situation. And if you look at the strikes, he outlanded him in the entire fight. I think in every round Lon Top was up on strikes, I'm not gonna lie. Round 2, you obviously give Ruffy. Ruffy knocked him down. Ruffy caused a cut near the eye. Easy. Round 3 could arguably go for Lon Top. Pushed Ruffy against the cage for a few minutes. Got some strikes on Ruffy. You know, Ruffy kept on going for a lot of really cool spinning stuff and some fucking elbows, just like that, you know, a little bit of boom, you know, like a little bit of fucking Mortal Kombat finishing moves. I like to see that. Love to see that from Ruffy. But also got the McGregor stance. Got fucking power with everything he throws. Was a catchweight bout. We gotta remember that. Ruffy will be something at lightweight for sure. On top, I think he needs to cut his ass down to featherweight. If Sean Woodson's making bantamweight, Lon Top can make featherweight. Just saying. I think Lon Top, if he goes to featherweight, genuinely can go on a good run. Probably not champ, but genuinely can go on a good run. Ruffy, this guy's the real deal, for sure. I'd still pick him in most fights in lightweight. No problem. This was at catchweight, but Ruffy looked filled in. Like, filled in terms of, like, it looks like he just got off the scale, guys. Like, kind of insane. Diego Lopez vibes from this guy. I like it. I like Ruffy a lot. I picked Ruffy, obviously. Pretty much the whole world did. But Lon Top did well. Very, very well. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Vivian Araujo versus Marina Silva. I don't care. I don't remember who I picked. I think people were saying this was a robbery. Was it? Not really. Don't really care. Moving on. We have Bo Nicole versus Paul fucking Craig. And let me just give you an example of what Paul Craig was doing the whole fight, like a badass. Paul Craig now has aura. I don't care what we're talking about here. Bro has aura. He walks in, he's fucking dancing around, he's flowing, doing those hip thrusts in the fucking middle of the cage against Bo Nickel. Like, try me, bitch. Yeah, shoot a takedown, pussy. At me, bro. You know? Fucking egoing the shit out of Bo Nickel. I love to see that. I picked Paul Craig, if you don't know. A lot of people are on Bo Nickel. And I'm going to be honest, I think Paul Craig was robbed. I said it. Hey, call me delusional. Say I'm crying and I'm coping. I didn't gamble on the fight, so I don't know why I would be. Sorry. And Bo Nickel's a fellow ginger. I'm on Paul Craig because I thought Paul Craig won, and I thought he was going to win. Round 1, close. I'll give it to you. But Paul Craig outlanded Bo Nickel in round 1. And the strikes were pretty fucking close, to be fair. However, these were the striking numbers. Don't really care about that. In round 1, the stats had it. Paul Craig was up on significant strikes. Hey, just saying. No one was wobbled. No one was rocked. No takedowns were shot. Paul Craig was doing the pressure for most of round 1. You give Paul Craig round 1. Bare minimum. Being objective. Just being objective. Close, but it's Paul Craig's fucking round. No doubt in my head, bro. Paul Craig won that round. Easy. Dancing, flowing, bro. Eating shots. Bo Nickel was whiffing half of the time. Like, come on, bro. Paul Craig, round 1. No doubt in my fucking mind, you know? You'll understand me in the octagon. Captain's a universal language. Bro, I'm telling you. The aura's back, baby. So he whooped his ass in round 1. Close. Whooped his ass. Round 2, I thought was clear Craig. Listen. I know it's close. Closer. Paul Craig wobbled Bo Nickel. Whoa. What did I just say? Paul Craig wobbled Bo Nickel. Watch the fight back. Go in round 2. Watch halfway through the round. And watch Bo Nickel back away from Paul Craig. You know, he's in his stance, right? You know, boom. You know, he gets into a clinch. He tries to leave it, and he gets elbowed, and he's like, woo. Back to space. You know? Bo Nickel got exposed on the feet in round 2. Now, listen, Paul Craig got hit here and there, but Paul Craig ate the shots from Bo Nickel. Either Bo Nickel has pillow hands, or the old UFC gloves actually are worse for KOs. You pick. Alright? You pick. But, Paul Craig, he's activating that second health bar at the age of 36. You might hear scratching. That is my dog. He is a little bit loopy. He likes to dig at a wooden floor. Anyways, Paul Craig, round 2, smoking Bo Nickel on the feet, making it look easy, pressuring Bo Nickel, 8, maybe 1 or 2 right hands, overhands, I will say. And then outside of that, Paul Craig is just free body kick. They had him up, they had Bo Nickel up on strikes. If the Weasel does not fucking go back and watch that fight and do like who really won, bro, go back and watch that fight. Paul Craig is up on strikes. What are they counting? Bo Nickel's throwing at the air, doing overhands, missing every time. Like, what the fuck did Bo Nickel land? Little tappy low kicks that are hitting the ankle? Like, come on, bro. Paul Craig was lighting him up on round 2. Now, we go into round 3, and this is where it's obviously a Bo Nickel round. Close Bo Nickel round. He wobbled Paul Craig. Paul Craig did get cut near the end of the round as well. And Paul Craig was about to get finished in the final couple seconds. However, Bo Nickel has no hunger in him. He sees someone get wobbled like a Paul Craig, and he just didn't bother going for a finish. I'm just saying, man. Bo Nickel has got no hunger. He's got no fucking heat in his hands, and he didn't even bother shooting a takedown. You know why? Poppin's a universal language. He's scared of Paul Craig's ground game. I want you guys to know that. He knows he's getting his ass submitted. He is. He knows his ass gets submitted on the ground. And you're going to tell me he's minus 1,500? Why? Because the judges have money on him, and that's why he won round 1? Fuck out of here. Seriously, if you go back and watch round 1, it's Paul Craig's. If you go back and watch round 2, the strikes are bullshit. Paul Craig was up on strikes. Enough said. Landed the better strikes as well, arguably. Just saying. Round 2, round 3, you give to Bo Nickel. I thought Paul Craig was, whatever. If you want to say, you're coping, blah, blah, blah. At the bare minimum, Paul Craig has done the best. Oh, I can't believe you picked Paul Craig. Paul Craig has done the best out of any UFC fighter against Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel's fought cans. I predicted Paul Craig to be the better striker. Called that out perfectly. To be the better grappler. Sorry, jiu-jitsu artist. Which he was, clearly. Bo Nickel didn't want any of that smoke on the ground. Bro, just call me the GOAT at picking fights, bro. On God. Oh my God. Anyways. Yeah, this fight was the most hype for me. I loved every second of it. Paul Craig, absolute beast. He's got aura now. He's beaten Bo Nickel, he's beaten Ankalaev, and he's beaten Jamal Hill. Give him a title shot, guys. No, I'm joking. But Paul Craig, legit contender. I think Paul Craig is legit entertaining, and I think Paul Craig legit whooped Bo Nickel's ass. Just saying. Just saying. But anyways, we move on to the co-main event. Charles Oliveira do Bronx Nurmagomedov versus Michael Chandler. And I got this fight perfectly. I know so many people who are like, Chandler round 1, obviously. Guys, Oliveira's 35. Chandler's 38. Oliveira against Sarukian didn't have any answers on the feet for Sarukian. He tried to get the back a few times, and he tried doing things from his back. This is Charles Nurmagomedov now. He took some lessons from Islam's book, and he learned to win fights, you get the back, and you sit on the back. That's how you win. I like this from Oliveira. I respect it. He knows he's going to get knocked out if he stays on the feet too long. He's 35. He's had a long career. Respectable career. I know a lot of people are saying snooze fest. It was. Believe me, it was. He almost got knocked out in the 5th. That would have been not a good day for me, let me tell you. The toaster in the bath, might just need to go for a swim. Just saying. But Charles Oliveira whooped Chandler's ass. Chandler is 38. Everyone picked Oliveira. I'm sure everyone did. However, a lot of people did say early finish by Olives. Early finish, whatever. I said late finish. I was leaning more towards a submission. Could see a TKO, obviously. But if you watch my live streams, shout out to my live streams. I start live streaming every day. I live stream anywhere from 12 a.m. EST to, 12 p.m. EST to 12 a.m. to 11 p.m. EST. Let's just say that. Anywhere in that range is typically when I start a stream. I'll work on getting a consistent schedule. Wink, wink. Anyways, Charles do Bronx Oliveira laid on Michael Chandler. Literally sat on Michael Chandler in the first round. No joke. And then for 3 rounds, did a little bit of striking, got the back, got the hooks in, and sat on Chandler's back. To be fair, we do have to respect Chandler. He did go 5 rounds. And when all is said and done, I'm happy Chandler was at least knew he lost, and he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for broke. He stood up in round 5, jumped, and tried to get a slam KO on Oliveira to get him off his back. He knew he was fucked. He knew it's over. Let's just try to knock out Oliveira. Let's exert all energy I have to see if we can knock out Oliveira on his back. I respect it. A little suspect what he does outside the octagon, but I respect what he did inside the octagon. Just cut Chandler. Get him out. I don't want to see him ever again. He called out Max Holloway for a BMF belt. You lost, little bro. Back to the gulag. Fucking idiot. Anyways. Yeah, don't ever make that call out again, you fucking slime. Anyways, and yeah, do Bronx won. Do Bronx said, give him a contract for anyone. I think you do Oliveira versus Max Holloway. No joke, though. I think Max Holloway sleeps Oliveira after that performance. Just saying. Just saying. But, good fight. We'd love to see it. Love to see it. W fight. W Oliveira. And yeah, wasn't exciting. And Charles has embraced a Nurmagomedov. A few people in my chat were dipping in, being like, yo, this fight's boring as shit. But, hey man, I predicted it. This is new. This is old Charles. This is what Charles does in his old age. This is what you kind of have to do. He's not fast enough to get these slick submissions, you know? Age is just a thing, you know? And now we move on to the main event. By the way, I've got everything right in this entire card. Only thing I've got wrong was technically Paul Craig. In my opinion, he won the fight. I would have got that one right. And Marcus McGee. Respect to Marcus McGee. I rate him as a fighter. Moving on, we have the main event. Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. This is the GOAT of the sport, huh? This is the first... No, this isn't the first. This is the second live fight I've seen of Jon Jones, and I'm still unimpressed. He fought an old man who every time Stipe got hit, it looked like it was his first time ever receiving damage. And he's like, oh shit, that actually hurts. But Jon Jones, yes or no, in round 1 and 2, every time Stipe was trying to go in, oh, what's that? Oh, what are these? Oh, I hope they don't get into your eyeballs while you duck in, try to fucking hit me. Slow, fat heavyweights. This just was shit. This was like, I'm being dead serious when I say this. On God. I don't believe in a God, but on God. This was almost as bad as watching Tyson Paul. The only difference would be if Paul was 41. Or sorry, if Paul was 37 and Tyson was 41. That'd be the difference. But, yeah, this was sad, man. Because it was literally like, Stipe just looked like he wanted out every time. In round 1, when he got taken down, it literally, like, if you see the fight, it looks like it's like, man, Unk, just retire, please, you know? And then in round 2, every time Jon Jones kept on, whoa, what's that? He kept on being like, you know? Like, he keeps on fucking eye poking, you know? He keeps on running away like a bitch. At one point, Jon Jones was literally running away. Literally. Cage to cage, he was fucking running away. That's your go? Really? And I mean this sincerely. Tom Aspinall knocks out both of these guys in one round on the same night. At the same time. Jon Jones and Stipe, if they fought Tom Aspinall, both of them, right now, Tom smokes both of them in a minute. Tell me I'm wrong. What is Jon Jones going to do? Shoot a takedown on Tom Aspinall? While he's going for that takedown, you know what comes with that? Boom! Dead. Death. Jon Jones dead at 38 for beating his wife. Anyways. He said he's not going to retire. He said he wants the Alex Pereira fight in the build-up. I'm being dead serious. Listen, I know it's like, oh, Jon Jones just wants to double leg him and then it's over. That Jon Jones, if he shows up to fight Pereira, Pereira knocks him out in round 1. I'm not like... Bro, if Jon Jones does that shit where he's like missing a lot of these overhand rights and he can't really get the range going on Stipe, you know? Alex Pereira is practically the same size. And Alex Pereira has striking in his bloodline. You know? He's got striking from the fucking tribe ages. You know? You know? Like, he's been doing this shit, right? Bloodline's been doing this shit. The moment Jon Jones whiffs a fucking right hook, like Stipe was able to dodge, Alex is boom, and Jon Jones is dead. I'm just saying, if I see that matchup, I'm picking Alex. I'm not a gambling man. I wouldn't make money off the fight. I'd still pick Alex. I was questioning it. I was of the believer of Jon Jones just needs to double leg Pereira at GGEs. Look at what Pereira did to Jan Blachowicz. He almost snapped Jan Blachowicz's neck in the first round. The fuck do you think Jon Jones is going to try to do? If Jon Jones lays on Alex Pereira for round 1, hey, guess what? Round 2, he starts on the feet. And Jon Jones looks like he was gassing in round 2. Honestly, kind of embarrassing that he couldn't put away Stipe until round 3. And I predicted this perfectly. Everyone's like, round 1, Jon Jones. Round 1, Jon Jones. Submission, fucking whatever, because he's the GOAT. Stipe, you know, he's old, so Jon Jones is getting a round 1 KO. No. I picked late finish. And you can argue, well, round 3's not late. I consider it late, you know. Everyone's picking a round 1. I picked either a round 3, round 4. I think I said around 4 or 5, or decision, but I'm going to take the win. I'm going to take the prediction perfectly. only because Jon Jones would be that guy to take Stipe to a decision. Stipe almost made it to decision. How good is Francis Ngannou? Yes or no, Francis Ngannou is a better heavyweight than Jones. Hey, I said it. Francis Ngannou put Stipe out cold stiff. Jon Jones took him 3 rounds? I don't know, man. Also, yes or no, hey, anyone else? Active Stipe Miocic whoops Jon Jones. If Stipe knew what a body kick felt like in the past 3 years, he whoops Jon Jones. He was getting close with those shots. You can say Jon Jones won all 3 rounds. Stipe was still getting close. And if Stipe's getting close, 41 years old, fuck you think a Tom Aspinall is going to do? Fuck you think an Alex Pereira is going to do to this guy, bro? Alex will knock out Jones if that fight happens. Jon should retire outside of the cage if he wants to keep his legacy. He won't keep his legacy because his ass is going to get knocked out. And I can't wait to see it. I honestly can't wait to see it. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. That's the breakdown of the card. Next fight night will be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. It seems rough. Anyways, the timing is just rough. 6 a.m. is rough, man. But we'll see. But yeah, if you don't know, I stream now. I stream every day for the past couple days. So I'm gonna try to stream every day. I daily upload. I make predictions on fights, and I post generally anything I'm passionate about, including games, anime, shows, ew, cringe, I know. But, I'm the new guy on the block, basically. So, yeah. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you for watching. And as always, I hope you have a good day.